mad at you. Hey y'all, happy Monday. Do you know what today is? It's not our anniversary, but we gonna tell you what today is. Let me just hop on Instagram. Hey y'all. Not there yet. Okay, we got 108 followers active. So let's go. Happy Monday. So it's September 15th and S Corp partnerships. It's extension tax day, so it's time to file your taxes as of today. So let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. So welcome back, friends. It's here. How are you? Hey, Sharif. And tonight we're answering questions I get all the time. Should I be reviewing my books monthly or quarterly? Many entrepreneurs struggle with this. Some feel monthly reviews are overkill, while others feel quarterly is too risky. Like, yeah. So let's figure out what's right for your business. I really understand why you think quarterly be risky. For me, monthly is risky too. But monthly reviews are best for busy businesses with lots of transactions. It helps you catch errors quickly, fraud, a lot of stuff, subscription costs that we just keeps adding up after you sign up for 7-day trials or 3-day trials, and it also keeps you on top of overdue invoices and cash flow. Quarterly reviews are better for smaller businesses or side hustles with like a low volume. It aligns with estimated taxes, so it's time to pay your estimated taxes. You can look at your quarterly reports and see how much you're going to have to pay for taxes. And also, it gives you a bigger picture and perspective without overwhelming you. Okay. Then you have the hybrid approach, which is kind of like my favorite of all of both. Because I'm a little anal, I'm a little not the anal, very detailed, but not a little. Very controlling, but not too controlling. So basically, it's do a little monthly review. You're going to reconcile your accounts, categorize expenses, and follow up on invoices. And then you can do a deep quick quarterly review, which is analyzing your profit, plan for taxes, and review goals, right? So so that's basically the hybrid approach, which like I said, I love to do. I love that part because, like I said, you're a little bit being anal and a little bit not. And then I also take another approach where it's like we drill it down a little bit, where we kind of do like a weekly thing, but this is not a review. This is more of us making sure our like creating rules. If you start doing that on a weekly thing, it's going to make it easier to categorize expenses in softwares like QuickBooks and Xero. So there's a few questions that I get a lot, and a few of them came in actually when we put the topic up. If I only had a handful of transactions, do I need monthly reviews? And basically, not necessarily, just reconcile your bank monthly and then do deeper quarterly reviews. Okay. Next question I have: what should I focus on in a monthly review? So you're going to focus on bank reconciliation, making sure all expenses are categorized, and want to look at unpaid invoices and even unpaid bills. Maybe with the bills, if you have bills for unpaid invoices and unpaid bills, you can try to negotiate with your customers and your vendors on trying to get your invoices paid and how to pay some vendors. Okay. Like I have a client, not my favorite client. I don't got a favorite client. I don't have a favorite kid either, so I don't have a favorite client. But my client that I like, I always used to love the way they used to think. Like this is funny. They used to be like, I don't do late fees, and like they were like legitimately not doing late fees. It's like I do not pay late fees. I'm not gonna pay it. And um, he was able to even like persuade like some of the biggest companies, like I'm not paying that, and then you just take it right off. I was like, okay, but it never hurts to ask, right? It never hurts to ask a vendor, anybody, like how to like work things in your favor, right? Because what's the worst thing? They're going to say no, and then the other worst thing is that you're not going to do it. So they're both like, we're trying to figure out, we're trying to come on to like into common grounds, right? So you want to ask those questions. How does quarterly review Reviewing help with taxes. That's another question I always get. It keeps you aligned with like estimated payments, and it's going to help you avoid year-end surprises, because like I always tell everyone, once you get into tax filing season, it's too late. Tax season is throughout the whole year. So if you're doing this quarterly, this is a great time where you can catch things like, wow, we actually made a lot of money this year. Like we have made more money than last year. And if you know last year you were made a little bit less, or a little bit like a lot less, and you realize you owed a lot of money, this is when you're going to have to start thinking, okay, how do we not pay as much taxes next year? What strategy should we put in place? Should we start putting a lot of our expenses that we're going to need to pay for next year? Should we start unloading, like loading things into our profit and loss now, like expenses now, like for instance rent? Should we pay 6 months of rent now? Because if your cash base is not accrual, this is going to work, right? So should we pay for insurance, like our insurances? Should we pay certain things now with this money we do have, so we don't have to pay that much taxes? All right, so those are some things that you are able to start doing now that you're looking at things at a bird view. Like you now have a better view because you're now up there watching from below, and you can swoop in and then figure it out and fix it before it's too late. Because once we get into this tax season, it's so many things we can do where we're like, it's kind of too late, and now it's like we're playing a really really thin line between love and hate, basically, and which is like also close to fraud, and we avoid that at all costs. So if you can do it prior, it'll be amazing, right? So those are like my 3 questions. If you have any questions, you can definitely. Hey, Sharif is my. He's not my favorite brother too. I can't have favorite brothers or siblings or kids or none of that. But hey, Sharif. But yeah. Hi, Inspiration by Madeline. Hey, man. But yeah, so if you have any questions, put them in the comments, put them in the DM. Um, I would love to answer any questions you do have. And if you don't feel comfortable asking any questions, because some people feel that whole thing is a stupid question. I don't believe in stupid questions. It does not exist, because you just don't know. And you want somebody to help you with whatever question you have. If it's in your brain, it's not a stupid question. It's just you need somebody to help clarify it. Like, I'm not the one. If I have anything that I feel like I need to ask a doctor, I'm going to ask them. It might sound crazy to them, but I don't care. They can figure it out. Bill my insurance. Okay. So whether you review monthly, quarterly, or go with like a hybrid approach, what matters most is consistency. And we also want to think about like mompreneurs, like Jessica Alba with the Honest Company, and my other favorite mompreneur, which is Sophia Amoruso with Girl Boss. Their success didn't come from waiting till year end to look at numbers. They made the financial reviews part of their rhythm. Like it's part of their heartbeat. Like they made sure that this is something that they do. And like I always told you, I come from corporate America, and they always are calling the accounting department about a situation before they make a decision. Like they want to know this, where we're at with that. And then that's when they make their decisions. So that's what all of us business owners need to do. We need to make sure we are consulting with our books. If you don't even have an accountant, like I always say, consult with those books, look them over, make sure you know how much you have and how much you need, where you're going, where you're coming from. That's what it is. So you want to staying consistent, help them scale and stay in control. So that's how these businesses work, babes. That's how they do it. So basically, reviews aren't just about compliance, they're about giving you a clarity and control over your business. And we all want that. We want to be able to see 2020 and have that vision. We want to be able to have 2020 vision, because we have things to do with our businesses. We want a business to make money, right? We want to make sure we're making money the right way. We want to make sure we're keeping money and saving money and avoiding paying taxes or avoiding going bankrupt. We want this business to be a legacy for us, our family, our kids, whatever. Because every big business was a small business, and everyone everyone is able to get to a big corporate public company. You're able to get there if you make sure you are using all the different steps that you need to get there, and accounting is part of that. Okay, so everyone, good night, and I hope you all have a wonderful, productive week, and profitable week. And I'll see you guys next week. But like I said, if you are in the States, today is corporate and S corp returns are due. She'll try to get some things out tonight, and if you having still some problems, you can always amend them. Like if you still can't figure out the number, then it's still like last year was crazy. Always know they could be amended. So focus on that, okay? You are so welcome, and have a great and blessed week. Bye, y'all. Bye.